Good morning, everybody. I'm waiting in line to get into Rocky Mountain National Park, and today I'm going to try to find the best views out of the Bear Lake corridor. This is the most popular part of the park by a long shot, but today I'm going to go a little bit off the normal beaten track there and get up high and get on some of the peaks overlooking that area. I've always wanted to get up on Flattop, Hallett, Otis, and today is the day to do it. There should be some epic views of the lakes below, as well as Long's Peak and the rest of Rocky Mountain National Park in the distance. Should be a beautiful day up here. Well, I'm making my way up Flattop, and so far you haven't missed much. It's been mostly in the trees, but I'm just getting my first views. I'm right above Dream Lake right now. I got Hallett Peak right behind me. The trail's great so far. It is a weekend, and I wasn't able to snag an early morning permit for the Bear Lake corridor. I parked in the parking ride, hopped on a bus, but it feels good to be finally hitting the trail. Bear Lake was crazy as always, but as soon as I got on the trail to Flattop, I lost 98% of the people and has been easy and smooth sailing since then. The plan today is once I'm on Flattop to assess how I'm feeling and kind of keep heading out that ridge line to Hallett, Otis, and some of the other peaks and just go as far as I feel like. I am trying to save myself for a big trip to the Wind Rivers here in a couple days, so gonna bias on taking it easy so I have more time in the winds. Always great getting up to Rocky Mountain and couldn't ask for a better place for a little training hike. We are in the true Alpine now. We're right above Dream and Nymph Lake. We got Longs in the distance. The views are just getting incredible. It's awesome to be up here in the summer. I spent a lot more time in this kind of area in the winter, so seeing all of these lines that I've looked at with snow on them now is awesome to see. But gonna keep cruising upward, feeling good, and so far amazing trail. Well, this mountain is aptly named. I am at the summit of Flattop, and it is indeed flat as a pancake up here. The views are just incredible. I love being able to see the north end of the park, as well as Longs rising up above everything. I got the Tyndall Glacier right below me, and the foliage up here is just turning that bright fall red, which just adds that little pop of color and contrast, making it extra special. Amazing trail getting up here, not crowded at all. I think my mission to beat the Bear Lake corridor crowds was a massive success. I think there's only been about 5 or 6 groups on this trail on a holiday weekend on a Saturday. And I know it's a little bit harder hike than almost everything else out of Bear Lake, but it is well worth it to pop out into the Alpine here. And it is a perfect way to spend my weekend. Well, this is where we get off trail a little bit. We have summited Flattop at, I think, 12,300 feet-ish, and we're gonna continue on to Hallett and get some of those views from up there. But this is kind of where the North Inlet Trail meets, and it looks like there's a social trail heading towards Hallett. But from here, I'm gonna be on the ridge line in the Alpine. Well, the summit of Hallett does not disappoint. I have the summit all to myself and haven't seen a single person past that Flattop junction. So cool to get up here on this ridgeline that I've eyed from afar for so long. I'm gonna enjoy these summit views, have a snack, and then decide if I'm gonna continue on this ridgeline heading towards Otis. But overall, been an incredible day. Again, I have succeeded in my mission to go to the most popular trailhead that exists and find complete solitude and incredible views. Well, I've enjoyed my time on Hallett, and I'm committing to go to Otis next. I think at this point we really lose the trail, so we're just gonna beeline it in the Alpine here. I'm tempted to go join this marmot for a nap as he looks so comfortable. But Otis is calling, so onward we go. Hey, little guy. Well, the views are just getting better. I got Hayaha beneath me that is perfectly matching the color of my new sun hoodie, which is awesome to see and shows my fashion sense. And this part of the trail is really non-existent trail-wise, but it's really fast moving across this tundra, marmots and pikas galore. I will say for Otis, you do have to regain a good amount of elevation from Hallett, kind of go down and back up. And I'm also gonna see how Andrews Glacier looks. My original intent for this climb was to go down Andrews Glacier, but all the beta that I looked at shows that this time of the year in September, it's become a sheet of ice and you really should have an ice axe and crampons. And I did not want to deal with that in my pack today. So maybe from Otis, we'll get a view and see if there's a sneaky way we can get down Andrews Glacier and then kind of head out towards the lock and loop this all. But it's so incredible up here. I'm happy going back the way I came. And I guess we'll just see what it looks like when we get up here. I have made it up here to the summit of Otis, or Otis if you're feeling extra classy. And I feel like it's the same old story. The views are not disappointing. I feel a lot more up close and personal with Long's Peak from here. I'm really glad I came up here because this section after Hallett, which is behind me, with no trail and just kind of being able to blaze your own way, is my favorite way to enjoy the mountains, especially when in the Alpine zone and you can go any direction you want. I think this is gonna be my turning around point today, and I am gonna go back the way I came, because I'm looking down on Andrews Glacier, and although not very steep, with no traction device whatsoever, seems like a dumb idea to try to get down there. And there isn't really a sneak along the side like I was hoping for on kind of bare rock. So I'm gonna go back the way I came, spend a little bit more time up here at altitude. Will be some good training for the Wind Rivers here in a few days. And while it's just you and me here, I just wanna say thank you for joining me, finding some epic views in Rocky Mountain National Park from a really busy trailhead and just kind of getting above everybody. When in doubt, go up high. The views are always better than down low. And I think we really succeeded today in finding some awesome spots. Look at you. Wow, you've been eating good this summer. Yeah, you have, little rascal. Like to eat these shoes, wouldn't you? We've made it back to civilization. We're merging with the main highway here that's leading off Flattop. And I'm gonna put all the cameras away, get my running game ready, and cruise down to the car here. The nice thing about having this great trail the rest of the way is it'll make the run down much easier than if I was scrambling down somewhere else. Well, we've made it back to the car. I survived the Bear Lake shuttle situation, which was not easy today. I gotta give the Park Service props because it was a mess today and they had it going as smooth as they possibly could. The stats for today looked like about 13.7 miles. I don't know about the vert right now, but my guess is probably 3,500 to 4,500. As I've said earlier, fantastic day, incredible views. And the fact that it was such a zoo down here and I had nobody up on those summits really shows that this is a place to go to avoid the crowds, get some of the best views in Rocky Mountain National Park. So if you're out Bear Lake and you want those epic views, check out Flattop, Hallett, and Otis. I will catch you on that next adventure, and thanks for watching.